Well, they may be Lois Lerner's most damning emails yet. Lerner calling Republicans names.
Lois Lerner has turned over some new emails to Congress, and they're not pretty.
There is evidence now that Lois Lerner had a bias against conservatives.
An unnamed associate writes to Lerner, well, you should hear the wacko wing of the GOP. And Lerner replies, great, maybe we're through if there are that many.
She was an active participant in targeting conservatives who she objected to for their political beliefs.
What this points to is Lois Lerner's predisposition, her worldview.
She did break laws. She did break regulations.
And our panel is back. Jackie, I don't know if it doesn't necessarily show criminal conduct at all. It shows it's a potty mouth at one point, but it certainly shows bias.
She's given Republicans a lot of ammunition, and while she doesn't say conservatives, they're talking about conservative radio in this conversation. So they're looking for intent, and so we'll see if the Justice Department decides that that's enough.
You know, I think Kirsten, looking at these and sort of piecing together, it looks like she wrote them while she's on vacation. However, she wrote them on vacation in England, and it looks like on a taxpayer BlackBerry. And every time I go roaming overseas, I know how expensive it gets. It's a taxpayer BlackBerry.
Yeah. No, she shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. Unless they have some great deal that we don't know about. They're probably getting charged an insane amount of money for that. I have to say that she refers, and I've never defended Lois Lerner ever, but she refers to they're referring to the wacko wing of the Republican Party, and they're talking about talk show, radio callers.
Would that be Tea Party people that she targeted?
All I want to say is I know a lot of Republicans. I would not name them, though they are well-known people, and I've heard them refer to these people in the exact same manner. Many of them are elected members of Congress, in fact. So I'm not sure that this necessarily shows anything against Republicans per se, or necessarily even the Tea Party. I think it's more about there are some rabid people out there on the left and the right.
The problem that she may have, though, besides the fact that she's doing this on vacation, is that it does show that she's not, I mean, if she wants to say that she's sort of independent, fair, doesn't have any problems with people.
No opinions on anything. Well, that's absurd.
This is a tough sell. Yeah, it's a tough sell.
Lois Lerner cannot complain about being held in contempt when she is clearly full of contempt. I look forward, as an IRS commissioner, she makes one heck of a primetime MSNBC host. And so I look forward to her, slow learner.
Or a Republican member of Congress who is fed up with the Tea Party. I mean, come on, you know that this is how there are plenty of people who talk.
And she also talks about the welfare state in these emails as well, which is not exactly something that, liberals talk about.
It's not a matter of who's ever used the A word or something like that. It's a matter of should somebody who has authority over who gets investigated by the IRS look at one side of the country and say, they're all that way.
Well, we don't know that she only looks at one side of the country that way. And like I said, there are Republicans who think this. That's my point.
But they're not running the IRS right now.
The point is, the point is you can have this opinion and not necessarily be going after people.
How about this one?
Look, I have never defended her.
All right,
I think
here you go,
she's behaved very badly. But I'm just saying, I don't think this is the smoking gun.
All right, here, defend this one. So we don't need to worry about alien terrorists. It's our own crazies that will take us down.
She's being sarcastic. I mean, it's like I said, I have heard plenty of Republicans talk about the far right this way, and I know you have too.
Sarcastic.
I know you're sort of playing dumb right now, but you know that you.
No, believe me, I am every bit as dumb as I seem at this moment. No, look, I don't use taxpayer email to do those things. I'm not paid by the taxpayers.
She shouldn't have been doing this on email, but I'm just saying that I think that this in itself, I mean, Jackie's exactly right. She also took a swipe at sort of left-wing people as well, talking, making fun of Europeans complaining about the United States. So
she can't audit Europeans.
And here's how I look at it as a lawyer. If I were representing her, I'd think, now I'm trying to make her look like fair, and she doesn't have an axe to grind. She's just executing her job, and then someone comes in, and this is like dumping like a truckload of manure in my lap, because now I've got these emails where on taxpayer dollars she's using roaming charges in the UK on vacation, and she's calling one particular side of the political spectrum that she has the authority to investigate all these horrible things. I mean, that's a tough sell.
I guess if you in fact think that's the Tea Party. And so I think if that's the wacko wing of the Republican Party, then you're right. Then this would be a smoking gun.
It's a tough position to be in, to be arguing to a jury or to the Congress. When she meant wacko, she didn't mean Tea Party. The people that she's targeting. It's just a tough sell.
Well, we're not in disagreement that this is bad for her and this looks very bad. I'm just saying that I think that. I don't think. I think there are plenty of people who say this kind of stuff who would not then go and investigate people.
I think it's fair to say when Lois Lerner is back in the news, it's not good for Lois Lerner at this point.
I did like the term potty mouth, though.
But I think there's so much other evidence, frankly, that you don't necessarily need this to nail Lois Lerner. I think that there's enough evidence that she was, you know, not behaving in a fair manner.
I agree that this is not, these emails are not evidence of a crime, they're evidence of bias, which is very unhelpful to her. Anyway, I'm taking the last word. Panel, thank you. And coming up,